Welcome back to Swole Journal, where your body is the experiment and your journal is the lab. Today, we're diving deep into a training principle that's often misunderstood, yet incredibly powerful for building strength and muscle: eccentric training. We're talking about the lowering phase of an exercise, the controlled descent, and why mastering it can unlock new levels of progress you might not even realize are possible. Most lifters focus intently on the concentric or lifting phase of an exercise. You push the bar up, you pull the weight, you explode upwards. And that's critical, of course. But what happens on the way down? Is it just a passive return to the starting position? Absolutely not. The eccentric phase is a distinct and potent stimulus for muscle growth and strength adaptation. In fact, research consistently shows that eccentric contractions can generate significantly more force than concentric contractions, sometimes up to 1.5 times more. This means your muscles are capable of resisting a heavier load during the lowering phase than they can lift during the concentric phase. Think about that for a moment. You are stronger in a very specific way when you are resisting gravity than when you are fighting against it. Let's break down the physiology behind this. When you perform an eccentric contraction, your muscle fibers are lengthening under tension. This process causes microscopic damage to the muscle fibers, specifically to the sarcomeres and the Z discs within them. Now, before you panic, this isn't bad damage. This is the good kind of damage, the kind that signals your body to initiate a robust repair and adaptation response. This repair process involves satellite cells, which are muscle stem cells that fuse with existing muscle fibers to repair them, making them larger and stronger. This is the fundamental mechanism of hypertrophy or muscle growth. Beyond hypertrophy, eccentric training also enhances neural adaptations. During eccentric contractions, there's a greater recruitment of high threshold motor units. These are the motor units responsible for activating fast twitch muscle fibers, which have the greatest potential for strength and power development. By consistently challenging these motor units during the eccentric phase, you improve your nervous system's ability to activate them efficiently. This translates to increased strength, not just eccentrically, but concentrically as well. You become better at both lowering and lifting heavier weights. Furthermore, the increased tension during the eccentric phase leads to a phenomenon called mechanotransduction, where mechanical forces are converted into biochemical signals that promote protein synthesis and cellular adaptation. It's like sending a supercharged signal to your muscles to grow and get stronger. Another crucial benefit is improved muscle architecture. Eccentric training has been shown to increase fascicle length, which refers to the length of the individual bundles of muscle fibers within a muscle. Longer fascicles mean a greater capacity for muscle shortening and force production across a wider range of motion, translating to more resilient and powerful muscles. It also contributes to increased tendon stiffness and strength, making your entire musculoskeletal system more robust and less prone to injury, particularly in high-force activities. The connective tissues adapt alongside the muscle, creating a more cohesive and powerful unit. This can be a game changer for injury prevention, especially in sports or activities that involve deceleration or landing. So how do we practically apply this understanding to your training? The key is deliberate control and extended time under tension during the eccentric phase. Instead of letting gravity do the work, you actively resist it. A common tempo for eccentric training is a 3 to 5 second lowering phase. For example, when performing a squat, you'd descend for 3 to 5 seconds. For a bench press, lower the bar to your chest for 3 to 5 seconds. For a pull-up, control your descent for 3 to 5 seconds. Let's look at some specific examples with real numbers. For a barbell back squat after your concentric lift, aim for a 4-second eccentric descent. Perform 3 sets of 5 repetitions with this tempo. Rest 2 to 3 minutes between sets. The load you use should be around 70-80% of your 1 rep max, meaning a weight you could typically lift for 8-10 reps with a normal tempo. However, because of the extended eccentric, you might only get 5 reps. The goal isn't to fail, but to control the weight. For a dumbbell bench press, use a 3-second eccentric. Lie back, press the dumbbells up, then slowly lower them for 3 seconds until your triceps lightly touch the bench. Perform 3 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions. Again, select a weight that allows you to maintain control throughout the entire 3-second lowering phase. Rest 90 seconds to 2 minutes between sets. Another excellent application is the eccentric pull-up. If you can't perform many concentric pull-ups, this is a fantastic way to build strength. Jump or use a box to get to the top position with your chin above the bar. Then take 5 to 7 seconds to slowly lower yourself all the way down until your arms are fully extended. Perform 3 sets of 3 to 5 repetitions. Rest 2 to 3 minutes. As you get stronger, you can gradually increase the duration of the eccentric phase. You can integrate eccentric training into your regular workouts by dedicating 1 or 2 exercises per muscle group to this tempo, or by dedicating entire blocks or cycles to eccentric emphasis. Just be aware that eccentric training can induce greater delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS, due to the increased muscle damage. So start gradually, listen to your body, and ensure adequate recovery. Nutrition and sleep are even more critical when you're intentionally increasing muscle micro-trauma. Mastering the eccentric phase isn't just about slowing down, it's about intentionally leveraging a powerful physiological mechanism to build unparalleled strength, size, and resilience. It's about turning the lowering of the weight into an active, transformative part of your lift. So next time you're in the gym, don't just drop the weight. Control it, own it, turn every single repetition into a deliberate act of building a stronger you. If this helped, subscribe to Swole Journal and start tracking what actually works.